Happy Saturday. Uh, Welcome to my episode 3. I've entitled this episode NFP and Russian Ukraine tensions equals volatile market conditions. And that is for obvious reasons. This week is week 10. I traded AU, EU, GU, NU, and UCAD, and my good friend CAD JPY. I did do a little bit of US 30. I didn't use my usual strategy. I have a couple different strategies. I trade smart money for the currency pairs for US 30. I got a couple different other things that I like to do. I made away with, I think, minus 2.25 R in US 30. It did a reversal in the middle of the day, so that's probably why. But I ended up the week with minus 9 R profit, which is not too bad considering the way the markets were. As you can see, if I go over my quick summary, you can see I'm at minus 5.2, or with this week being my worst week ever, minus 4.3%. Now, I tried not to let the markets get me down, and I just, fearlessly re-entered, not, in an aggressive way, but I definitely just trusted my analysis. So minus 9 is quite a lot of losses. Um, but I'm not, too concerned or too upset about it because I know it just takes one win to get this thing above water. So far, CAD JPY is still my best pair. As the statistics show, my worst pair looks like GBP AUD, NZD NU. NU wasn't my friend this week. Anyways, so I'm at minus 5.24%. Got a little while, about just over 5% to get myself back to break even, at which point I can get myself a free retry, or I can just go the whole shebang. I think I calculated it should be about 27R in order to pass. So with the strategies I do, 27R is not hard. I know a couple of weeks ago I caught a 1 to 20 trade in EU. So it's definitely possible. I just need to stay focused, keep my head down, and continue to go. Every trade I take, I usually risk 0.5%, being that it's the last week. And I still have 7% to risk for the whole week. Maybe what I'll do is I might increase the risk, but this is not a normal thing. This might just be just to help me get ahead. But I'm more inclined to just continue with my 0.5% risk. So in any event, let's go over the review for the week. Good morning. I am eyeing some trades here right now. The two pairs that I see that's a play for right now for today, which is Monday. This is just New York Open here. It's 9:53 right now. So I'm looking at AU at this area here. It was a nice clean order block here. So this is the area I'm looking here. When price gets to that area, I have an alert and I'll drop down to the 15. I'm just kind of watching it on the 15 right now. And this is what I'm most interested in right now. It seems to be playing out. So this is my hour 4 zone. There was a lot of action here, a lot of bouncing. So price is either going to break through this zone and head for this zone, or it might even come down to here, or it will bounce and go up. Now this zone, there's a long wick here, so there's not really much imbalance here really to fill because it kind of filled in with that wick. There's no gap between the wicks. Over here, there's a little bit, a tiny bit. I'm more interested in this order block here. As price moved really quickly away from there, came here, gapped up at the open, and it's come back down. So what I'm doing is I'm watching it in the 15-minute for a change in direction. So here we see lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Usually I've been placing my order at 50% of the hour 4 order block, but since I'm at the computer, I'm just going to watch and see if I can get a better entry. The markets are quite volatile, so I want to make sure that the entry I'm taking is, I could put the pending here and price can blow right through the zone and then I'm out of luck. So I'm even looking at the minute one. I don't normally trade the minute one. I'm looking at it just to see kind of what's happening. So I marked here. Again, we have lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So I was kind of looking at this, came in the zone, broke the structure, come down, but it hasn't broke. So I'm going to take this out. These are not anything. And the interesting thing is that if you look, I had my pending, like my line is kind of here. That was based on, I think, minute 15 structure, kind of this area here. Usually, I do 50%. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually move that to 50%. And then the stop loss is 5 pips below the zone. Let me just recalculate my 10. Okay. I haven't placed an order yet. So I'm kind of wait until price gets to the middle of the zone. I don't know. I'm kind of wishy-washy on what I'm doing because I've been doing 50% and some trades just hit the top of the zone and take off. So try not to have FOMO. So hopefully, so we could still see the behavior is lower high, lower low, lower high. I wouldn't even count this little swing here. Lower high, lower low. So if it creates another lower high and comes down, fine. If it breaks, I probably wouldn't look for a break here. I'd look for a break of this. And this is minute 1, so this is quite fast, but we'll see what happens. I'd be looking for it to break this swing. Yeah, that's more of a significant swing, right? So I'm going to pause this and we'll see what happens. All right, back with an update here. So price is coming nicely in. This is the minute chart still. We have a lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. This is my 50% area. So if I would have traded my 4-hour 50% of the zone pending entry, which I like to say is passive. I think it's more aggressive though, because you're not getting a confirmation that the structure is actually changing in the pair. But as you can see, it's moving down. It's below the 50% area now. So I usually like to enter a confirmation signal. But I do it in the 15-minute chart for my strategy. So 15-minute chart, lower half of the order block zone, I would be looking for a bullish engulfing, or I would be looking for a pin bar. So that's what I would be looking for in the 15-minute chart. So that's that. But right now, because I'm at the chart, I decided I'm just going to watch the 1 minute and see if I can get. I'm going to try a 1 minute confirmation entry if I can. The reason I don't do these entries is not because I don't like to, it's just because I don't like staring at the charts all the time, and I'm not always there at the charts when the time happens. So sometimes I'll just set a pending and walk away. I prefer to do that, but I know the confirmation entries, you get much better risk reward. So right now I've drawn my resistance here. So this is my last lower high. So I'll be waiting for price to break that, come back down, create another break of structure, and then I will look to take my entry with a new order block. So I'm going to pause the video and we'll update in a little bit. Good morning. So here's an update. So my UCAD trade yesterday, you can see this was the setup in the minute 1. It was off the hour 4 zone. So this was my low, and then I saw the break of structure. Hold on a second here. All right. Yeah, so we had the one break of structure here, and price messed around, and then it had a nice strong break here. So I set my order block here, got in right here. It went into profit a little bit, and then of course it pushed down and it did all of this. Now I was out of the market. This is outside of the kill zone, so I didn't re-enter. But then as you see, it did go, if I go into the 5-minute chart and see where I got out, it did go in my favor. It wouldn't have hit my TP, which was up here, but did mess around a bit. So this was a 1R loss. And then right now, I just entered AU, which I was watching yesterday also. It didn't have a setup, so this was my hour 4 zone here. You can see it was a nice strong zone, nice strong break of structure from this day to the downside, including the wick to the low. So price came up, gapped down with over the weekend, and then it pulled back up into this area of interest. Now, what I really like about this trade is when I came to the chart right now, I could see it wicked and took all the liquidity from up here. Second thing I like is I do see some divergence. So we have a lower high here and a higher, sorry, a high and a higher high, and here we have a high and a lower high. So this is strong in a 4 hour to have some divergence there. So I dropped down to the 15-minute chart. Blending strategies. Also, there's an M here, which is part of Beat the Market Makers. It has to do with the spikes, and so price took the high here, then it didn't quite take the high, so all the buyers here are trapped. Now all their stop losses have been robbed. I saw one break of structure here. It was a small break, but it was a body break. Pull back, just more like a basing zone, and a break again. So I counted it as 2 breaks of structure through my zone here, as this candle here, wick to wick. It's kind of like a doji. And I just waited, and there was a big bearish candle, and price pulled back in, triggered me in exactly, actually, funny enough, at the previous low. So that was like almost a perfect break and retest. And I am now in the trade for 0.5% risk. What I've done is I'm setting TP. So on the 15-minute chart, I have my first TP. So I use a trade manager called Easy Virtual Trader. You can't see my whole code there, so that's okay. So what I'm doing is at half of TP1, I'm going to be setting my break even, and my TP1 is 86 pips, which is 1 to 10 risk reward. Once I hit that 86 pips, 50% of my trade, 50% of the 86, so at 43 pips, I will be break even. And then once I hit TP1 at 86 pips, I'm 50% of my trade will be closed. And then I have a slow trail on. When I hit TP2, which is 130 pips, my stop loss will be moved to 86 pips. So this is how I'm managing the trade. So just to show you where those levels are, 86 pips is roughly, looks like it's about this low here. So it's not arbitrary. This is 1 to 10. Okay, so this is my first TP roughly. I only have this one trade. I don't think I'm watching anything else. And then if I go up to the 4-hour chart, so you can see that's my first TP. And then what did I say my second TP was? 130 pips. My little boy here with me. 130 pips. Let's see here. It's tired. I don't even know why he's up right now. So 86, 130 is roughly this low. Yeah, that's what I did. When price gets here, that's my TP2. And then currently I have my TP3 here, but really it can keep running. But in any event, what I have here is by the time I get to TP2, I'll have passed my challenge essentially. So we'll see. I never end up holding them this long because if it doesn't move quick enough, because it's a fork, it's a funded challenge, I have to go flat or close majority of my stuff. But I think this is a really good entry that would be worth holding. So as you can see, it triggered me in right here perfectly. Hopefully this will be a nice bearish engulfing to finish the move. The other thing that I like about this, not only did I have a divergence in the 4-hour, I also had a nice little shark fin in the 15-minute. So that's really, hopefully, I think a solid trade. So this is what I got going on for today, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, today was a crazy day in the markets. It's Wednesday. No, week 10. Anyways, just rebooting my computer because it's been totally freezing for a while. But holy moly, man. Okay, so my AU trade that I had went down to 4R profit. Almost hit my break-even point, which was 5R. At 5R, I was going to go break even. It went 4R, then decided to grab up all the liquidity, even though it was only like a one hour candle worth of liquidity. It decided to grab all the liquidity and take my stop loss. So that was last night. This morning, I found a good entry for EU and AU to sell. Market open, 9:30, 9:45 candle. I saw some nice bearish engulfing, railroad tracks, whatever you maybe want to call it, but they were some nice bearish engulfing. And so I took those trades. They both went one was 2 pips and one was 4 pips from my take profit. Take profit was about 1 to 2, I think, and I was going to close 75% of my trade there. Okay, of course, again, price went there, 3 to 4 pips, and then it just went totally crazy. Like, these trades were perfect trades. I don't understand. Like, my AU trade last night, divergence, hour 4, beautiful signal, change of structure, everything. Like, it was amazing. Violated. Okay, and then today, AU, EU, same thing. Totally violated. The USD, all XXX USD pairs, like, just skyrocketed up. Like, technically, no reason technically to do that, and I'm a technical trader. So you know, I'm not mad because I would have lost. It's not a big deal to me. It's if I get it wrong, I get a little bit more upset. I knew I was right. I just was missed my take profit, and I was out. So because I was out, I wasn't able to monitor and see what was really happening. But in any event, I'm now down, I think, 2.9%, which is not bad. I have till next Friday. Today's Wednesday, so 7 more trading days. That's nothing. One trade is all I need to pass. So that's my update for today. I'm not really eyeing anything right now. I think NU is sitting in the middle of a 4-hour zone, but I'm not trusting it right now. And then GU has a nice 4-hour zone up above. I might look for some buys up to the zone. If I see some nice bullish order blocks on the way up there, I might buy up till there. But other than that, GJ, CADJ, they both totally violated the direction. So I don't know what's going on in the world right now. Everything is crazy, and it's NFP week too, I believe. So anyways, that's my update. I thought I'd do a different kind of update without the computer because I'm rebooting my computer, which has been super slow all day. So I'll give you guys an update if I decide to enter any other trades. Okay. Good morning. It's Thursday. I just gave you a trade update from yesterday. What happened? Oh my goodness! So, just showing the charts here. So it was just a bummer. So you can see here, I took 2 losses yesterday. So the first loss, that was overnight. It spiked. So it's actually interesting because, as I was mentioning before, I entered here. This was based on the hour 4 zone. I removed the zone because it's been used now, but the zone was over here. So this was the zone. I'll draw it for you. So it was like that, right? So I entered on that zone, and as you can see, price spiked. So because price spiked here, it took out this liquidity. So I was safe to take my entry. I took my entry on a lower time frame of bearish engulfing. But then you see price, let me just move this little flag here. You can see price went here, here, and then, so I thought this spike was the liquidity spike and I was good to go for the price to drop. And then what happened was it spiked again in Asia. It's like 10 p.m. Eastern. So it spiked again, and that was fine, took me out. So then I got up in the morning and I saw this price action. So I saw another spike, and this spike took out all this liquidity. See, it's slightly higher. So again, I found a good signal. It was a bearish engulfing at New York Open. Perfect signal. Here, I'll show it to you. So it was right here, bearish engulfing. And then I entered on the next candle close. And of course, oh, hold on. Oh, wrong day. You could tell. See, when you trade the same signals all the time, you know where your entries are. So here, this was it. Actually, it wasn't quite a bearish engulfing. Maybe that was my problem. It was a nice railroad track, but I liked this because it spiked, it took the liquidity from this candle, and then it dropped. So to me, that was a solid entry. My bias is bearish because the 4-hour chart is bearish. So it dropped 24 pips, and my take profit, I think, was either 26 or 30 pips. It just kills me. I was just like, ah. And then it went up and just disobeyed for the whole day. Now it's NFP week. There's political tensions and war happening. So I'm not mad about it. I took a bona fide loss. The other trade I took was EU. Now, EU, I knew I was bearish on EU. So it was a similar thing. The signal presented at the same time. This is the signal I took. Beautiful bearish engulfing, same thing. This trade did the exact same thing. It went down 26 pips and it didn't hit my take profit. I think my take profit on this was 30. And then it went back and disobeyed and did all that. So those were my two losses from yesterday. Today, what I'm looking at is I am looking at GJ, see kind of what's going to happen here. GJ has two beautiful zones. This is the zone I'm most interested in, but both zones are valid. Lots of imbalance below the zone. So you could see here this one initiated the whole brick of structure, and then this one is a smaller brick of structure. But this zone I like because there's all this imbalance that needs to be mitigated, as well as here. There's some here, but I think this zone is more valid. I'm just waiting. I have alerts set to see what happens when price gets up there. Okay, so that's GJ. The other thing what I might do is like, I don't really see anything interesting on hour one. This has breached this order block and this, like, so I don't really see anything in hour one. So I think I'm going to wait and see if it gets up there. The other trade that I'm looking at is GU, which I have set a pending order. And you can see hour four, I have this order block way up here. There's tons of imbalance. So price really does need to go back up here. This was a really powerful push down. I'm still bearish overall in the monthly and the daily charts. This was weird price action for me. I wasn't quite sure what to do with the big gaps and all that, but this was all filled. This imbalance got filled, and we're sitting at this order block right here, which is like an hour order block. So right now what I've done is I've set a pending in this area based on, it's actually a 10-minute order block, but this is, I just marked it on the 15-minute. So this is my area. So I'm just waiting for price to get back up here, trigger me in. And then what I will do is I will TP these lines on the chart here. These are called the ATR range. So it draws lines every day based on the range that it thinks the pair should go. And so this would be the high, the medium, the low. And then this is high, medium, low of the low. So generally speaking, when price bounces, it bounces off the white and it goes to the white. If it goes all the way to the black, it will bounce and reject at the black. It's just something I noticed, something I'm using to help set my TP. So right now I've got my TP down here, but if you notice I drew the green line here, because when I trigger into this trade, because price bounced near there, that's where I want to put my first TP. And I will close 75% of my trade. I'm not trying to leave pips on the table anymore. I want to get as many pips as I can in the day, but still capitalize on the move. So I'll still have 25% of my trade in the trail and see, if I can catch it all. But the name of the game is booking profits. So I've just lost too many times where I've been in profit and waiting to hold the move, and the market is very unstable right now. So I'm just trying to get my pips and get out intraday for now. Once I'm live funded, I might be able to hold them a little longer, maybe do a smaller trades. But when you've got targets, you've got to get your profits in your bank. So this is what I'm looking at today. And if I just do quickly here, my summary, you can see right now I'm minus 2.92%. I'm not doing too bad. It's mostly my risk management that's keeping me in the game. But as you can see so far, CAD JPY seems to be my best pair. My best trade, I haven't had a loss on that one yet. And then my worst trade was GA. So I've removed GA. I don't even know why I was trading GA. But yeah, you can see my trades are quite consistent with the loss amount because I risk a consistent amount per trade. So anyways, this is what it is. It's Thursday, so my last video will be tomorrow, and hopefully it'll be an update with some good news. Good morning, it's Friday. Okay, so this week is a rough week so far. I have, what am I doing here? Okay, I have minus 4.4%. Yesterday I did minus 1.57%. Markets were pretty wild. The currency strengths went a little nuts, and I got stopped out on a couple of my trades. So when I look at my history here, you could see the trades NU, NU, and AU. AU I had taken an error, but it looked like an okay entry until it started going up. NU just was not behaving. I was selling both of those. So if you look here and you see, I'll show you quickly. AU, you can see, I think I entered like around here. Oh, it's the 23rd. Let me go to yesterday. Yeah, so my entry was around 1600. Yeah, so I entered here, and then price took me out. I had a tight entry, and then it just went crazy. NU was a similar thing, spiked me out. So it is what it is. Today, right now, I have a GU. Let me go here and show you this. So GU I have here. I have it on the monthly. It's bullish in the monthly, bearish in the daily, and so I'm looking for sells. So in the hour 4 chart, there's a nice little order block here. I guess technically it got tapped into, but not. It didn't go very deep. So I do have a pending order existing around this area, just kind of here. Now I put that order was, I think, based on this order block here, but I just left the big one there. So this is my one order I have. It might not hit. It's going to be NFP in a couple minutes. 150 pips, who knows? Maybe it'll spike up, take it, and take me down in profit. That would be wonderful. And then my other trade entry that I put, I have CAD JPY. So on the monthly, I have it as bullish. On the daily, also bullish. And so I've marked my bullish order block within this daily zone. This is the daily high, daily low, daily high. And there's a beautiful bullish order block here. I've learned I don't think I like the lower time frames. I really like just the hour 4. Anything else is kind of crazy for me. So this was a nice bullish order block. It broke this structure here really strong. So it should come back and carry up because we have the bullish bias. We still have lots of room. Let me go back to the monthly chart. We still have quite a bit of room to the monthly high. So that's what I'm looking for. It is not too many pips away. Let me go where price actually is here. It is about 32 pips away. So there's a good chance NFP could push it there. It's about 50 pips away from my stop. So hopefully that will be a good trade that works out. Other than that, I don't really have anything else. I'm just going to take it easy for today. And that is all she wrote. All right, so if this is my last video, then I'll do my recap and you'll see the final update for the week. I'll post that out on Saturday.